How do you feel when you switch to Geico and save on your car insurance? It's like going to work on one Thursday morning and thinking to yourself, just one more day until Friday. But then somebody in the elevator says, "Happy Friday!" Then you check your phone quickly and discover today is actually Friday. So yes, happy Friday, random stranger in the elevator. Happy Friday indeed. Yep, switching and saving with Geico feels just like that. Get more with Geico.
The changing of seasons can affect how you feel. 1 in 5 people experience some form of depression, no matter the time of year.
At the American Psychiatric Association Foundation, our vision is to build a mentally healthy nation for all. Visit mentallyhealthynation.org to learn more.
Every team, every topic, everywhere. This is Believe.
Welcome to the Jello Jiggling Podcast. I'm your host, as always, Ryan Ward of LakersNation.com. And we got some news today. Some news for some reason I didn't expect coming, but when you hear it, you're like, well, that makes a lot of sense. So the Lakers sent out a press release to us in the media that they're going to erect another statue outside of Crypto.com Arena to honor one of their legends. And this time it's going to be head coach or former head coach Pat Riley. I got to say, I don't know why I didn't think of Riley being in contention, because I've asked before, I think after the second Kobe statue, who should be next? And I think James Worthy was an obvious answer. So I for some reason didn't even think. I mean, you don't really think of head coaches getting honored that often because, frankly, there hasn't been a lot of really uber successful head coaches in the past in the NBA. But the Lakers have two of them. They've got Pat Riley and they got Phil Jackson. I mean, if Riley gets one, I'd say it's probably inevitable that Phil Jackson gets one because they both accomplished, close to the same thing. Let me see the numbers here, but I mean, Riley took off when he took over as head coach and created the Showtime era with Magic, Kareem. I mean, he got handed this great, unbelievably talented team, but he took them to another level. And he won as a player in 1972 alongside Wilt Chamberlain and Jerry West, and Elgin Baylor, I think, retired only a few games into that season, but still obviously credited with the title. But if you look at his resume, it is ridiculous. I mean, he had a title with the Lakers before he even became the head coach. Well, two of them, essentially, one as a player and one as an assistant in 1980. And then once he took over, he took them into another stratosphere. I mean, they just became the best team in the West for essentially a decade or close to it. So he won 5 NBA titles as a head coach, 4 with the Lakers, 1 with the Miami Heat when he took over for the fired Stan Van Gundy. And then he won Coach of the Year 3 times. But ironically enough, those Coaches of the Year's awards came kind of after his great success with the Lakers. So he won in 82, 85, 87, and 88 as a head coach, and in 80 as an assistant head coach with the Lakers. And then he got Coach of the Year in 90, 93, 97. 93 was with the Knicks, and 97 was with the Heat. But it's interesting, the Coach of the Year award is such kind of a crock in a way. Like these guys, like how the hell did he not get a Coach of the Year nod in the Showtime era? I don't understand it. That's just weird. I'm looking on his Wikipedia right now. As an executive, he's got 2 NBA titles with the Heat. And that's the LeBron, D Wade, Chris Bosh era, 2012, 2013. I mean, the crazy thing is a lot of these accomplishments are after he's left LA. He's arguably just as successful as an executive as he's been as a head coach. He's done an incredible job with Miami. He's created a whole, the famous Heat culture in Miami. I know they're struggling right now. But I mean, just over the course of his time with that franchise, he's done an incredible job. Incredible job. I mean, he is way more than worthy of getting this honor by the Lakers, and I'm so glad they're doing it because I think it gets overlooked that he was such a important part of the Lakers' success because of what he's done afterwards. I mean, few. I mean, I guess Phil Jackson's another example of that too. Winning 6 with Chicago before coming to LA and winning 5. I mean, that's ridiculous in itself. He's got to be next, I would think. I think Worthy deserves one too. I'm kind of surprised considering Worthy's so, involved still with everything going on. With being on Spectrum Sportsnet. For post game, pre game, and on stuff like that, he's just a big part of what they still do at all the events. Anyway, but this is all. I think this is awesome. This is so cool. But in that press release, we got Jeannie Buss. Hold on a second. Let me pull up the quote here. Who she says, Pat is a Lakers icon. His professionalism, commitment to his craft, and game preparation paved the way for the coaching we see across the league today. And I guess you could say that. My dad recognized Pat's obsession and ability to take talented players and coalesce them into a championship team. Of course, the email's going off crazy all of a sudden. The style of basketball Pat and the Lakers created in the 80s is still the blueprint for the organization today, an entertaining and winning team. Well put. Short but sweet. I don't see any timeline for this to happen. That usually is the case, though. They announced this, and it usually comes like a year or two later. Pretty sure that's what happened with Kobe. And there's still one more to come for Kobe. So this is the 8th Laker to be commemorated in Star Plaza, joining Elgin Baylor, Kobe Bryant, Chick Hearn, Magic Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Jerry West. So, okay, here we go. So set for completion in 2026. The Lakers will announce the official unveiling date at a later time. No surprise there. I would assume Kobe's third statue will be the next one that gets up, and then they'll go with Pat Riley. And this is going to create buzz for Phil Jackson for sure. That'll be the debate that's ongoing. Is Phil next? During his time with the Purple and Gold, groundwork for one of the most successful figures in NBA history. Oh, that's true. That is true. I'm sure we'll get a lot of guys. In this press release, they said they informed, a lot of the guys that were connected to him. Jeannie Buss shared plans with Riley over a video call alongside Kareem, Michael Cooper, who just got into the Hall of Fame. Congrats, Coop. Magic Johnson, AC Green, Kurt Rambis, James Worthy, Vlade Divac, Karen West, and Chris Riley. I assume Karen West is Jerry West's wife, and Chris Riley is probably his son, I would guess. But very cool, man. Very cool. I love it when these guys get honored because they deserve it. And I love it when it's not too damn late. You know what I mean? Wow, just some of the things. As head coach of the Lakers, Riley tallied a record of 533 and 194. It is 73% win percentage in the regular season. And then in the playoffs, he won 102 games, lost 47, 68%. So each of the 9 seasons he was at the helm of the Lakers, he won 50-plus games. That's wild. Including 5 campaigns that were 60-plus. That is insane. That is crazy. You think about it today. Yeah, that's wild. I'm just looking. It's just, they kind of go with the backstory at the tail end of these press releases, but very cool, man. Very cool. I I love the fact that he's getting honored, and the Lakers are keeping up with this tradition to really pay respects to their guys. Like I said, after this, the next question will be who's next. Obvious candidates: Phil Jackson, James Worthy. I don't know about Cooper. Maybe Cooper. I mean, he was super successful too with the Lakers, and now he's in the Hall. So there's a chance that happens too. I wouldn't hate it. I mean, I love Cooper's a great dude. Like personally, a good man. I've interviewed him 2 or 3 times. Talked a bit over social media a few times through DMs or whatever. Super nice dude. Super nice dude. And he's still got that edge to him. Still hates the Celtics. It's still very relevant, knows his basketball. But we'll see what happens from here on out. I'm trying to see here. Okay. I was trying to see how long I've been on. It's only been 10 minutes. For people that don't know, we don't do podcasts. It's really hard to talk consistently for, usually we do 20 to 30. Some guys do 45, to an hour or whatever. Those guys are incredible once they can keep up going like that, especially when it's on one topic. But cool. I'm curious to see what the statue's going to look like. I hope they don't go too strange. Like just put it with, his classic poses, like hands on his hips. He's got the slick back hair. Just stick to the classics there. Maybe cool to have like a bench behind him. You know what I mean? With players on it. I don't say, don't put Magic, Kareem, and all those guys in there. That's kind of redundant, right? But, just don't get too creative and fancy. You know what I mean? Like, he's a head coach. I don't think he would appreciate that too much. Those guys, they're pretty. Ironically, with it, Riley became a topic of discussion in the offseason when they hired JJ Redick, and they were calling JJ Redick the next Pat Riley, which I think is nuts. After a few, we're almost at 15 games almost. I could kind of see it a little bit. I get it. He's got that fiery edge to him that, and he makes his players accountable, and his players respect him, and he doesn't mess around. I think JJ's probably got better personal relationships with his players in comparison to Pat Riley. I know a lot of Riley's players loved him, but there was, I think it got toward the end there, it got a little testy. And that's why he ended up on the Knicks eventually. Where he created a whole nother culture there, which that was fun to see too. But that was during the Jordan era, so Knicks didn't really have a chance. But cool. I love it. I like Pat Riley. Always liked him. Got nothing but respect for the guy. He's totally deserving of this honor, and I hope Phil Jackson gets the same treatment in the years to come. Because like I said, that buzz is going to happen. People are going to talk about this, and then 5 minutes later, it's going to be Phil Jackson. Like, okay, well, is Phil getting his due? And then trickle down to the players. Worthy, Coop, probably some LeBron buzz when he's done. Is he getting one? I'm pretty sure Jeannie Buss said that he was going to get one. I think that's a little crazy, a little wild, dude. A little too much, but whatever. That's today. Everybody gets honored with a statue or like these new era guys and documentaries before they're even retired. It's like, ugh, really. But whatever. That's me. I'm a little bit of an old school guy, but so what we got? The Lakers played again tomorrow. Who do they play? Utah. It should be a gimme game. Could be another trap game. I don't know. I know Daniel Starkin, our guy, is at practice right now, and I think they said that Rui didn't practice. So okay. So JJ Redick says Rui Hachimura didn't practice today. He's questionable for tomorrow, but JJ expects him back this week. Well, that means he's not playing tomorrow. Cam Reddish was also able to practice, which is great, but didn't do any live work. Well, that's not good. Jesus. Whatever though, they got a gimme coming up. This will be an interesting game, probably more so because Lakers fans get a look at Walker Kessler, up close and personal, and Colin Sexton. With those guys have been linked to the Lakers for a while now. I don't think it'll happen because I think Danny Ainge doesn't like the Lakers because of all their history, but so that deal might be kind of hard to make, but who knows? Who knows? So that's the storyline going in tomorrow, and obviously winning another game in a row, that'd be awesome. But until then, see you guys later.
How do you feel when you switch to Geico and save on your car insurance? It's like going to work on one Thursday morning and thinking to yourself, just one more day until Friday. But then somebody in the elevator says, Happy Friday! Then you check your phone quickly and discover today is actually Friday. So yes, Happy Friday, random stranger in the elevator. Happy Friday indeed. Yep, switching and saving with Geico feels just like that. Get more with Geico.
The sun's shining, birds are singing, and all feels right in the world.
Until the season changes and suddenly you lose your motivation to get out of bed. In fact, 1 in 5 people experience some form of depression, no matter the season or time of year.
At the American Psychiatric Association Foundation, our vision is to build a mentally healthy nation for all, because we want you to live your best life and be your best you all year round.
Please visit mentallyhealthynation.org to learn more.